Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
This is Steiny.
Series of stories over the next few episodes of things that have happened in my life. And it was kind of a zany month of December, to say the least. This first one involves my oldest, the Juice, and what was her first ever orchestra concert for middle school.
Oh, I didn't even know she was playing an instrument.
She plays the violin. Poorly.
A lot of practicing over here.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, pass me the .38 revolver, my brains are going to the ceiling. Hey, it's better than fucking hot cross buns on the dollar store recorder that she plays to annoy me.
I was going to say, of all the instruments, I know they're all can be brutal in their own way, but that one, like the shrieking of cats being strangled at times.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So if you've been to a middle school orchestra concert once, you've been to every middle school orchestra concert ever, unless it's like the Duke Ellington School for the Arts or some shit like that where Dave Chappelle went and they're all super gifted.
Gifted, right? Yeah.
So this is their Christmas concert. They're going to be playing bad renditions of Christmas music.
Of course.
And I'm going there, and I'm meeting them there. She's with
the Beast,
who's transporting her to there.
The Beast
has all three of her girls with. Mm-hmm. Nobody else from my family is going except for me, because my son had a Christmas concert of some sort that same night for his preschool.
Okay.
That I found out about the day of.
Oh, that's great.
At the same time they're going on. And I guess to sum up that one, he stood there with his hands in his pockets and didn't sing, I was told.
Well, at least he wasn't playing with himself in his pockets.
You don't know.
Wow. I assume that would have been part of the story if
just
he had been. But yeah.
Fucking rubbing it like he's afraid it's going to fall off if he lets go.
Yeah. Uncomfortable moment, you find something comfortable.
Yeah. So I went to Taco Bell ahead of time. So and I'm down to the wire in terms of time to get there. I am behind a car that's going slow as fuck. I don't want them to turn right where I'm going. And they do.
Of course.
Even better, they turn into the wrong fucking lane, and they're going slow as shit. I try to go around them, they cut me off. I try to get back in the other lane, they cut me off again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Does this asshole know me? And then they do something hilarious, and that is, they ran a red light, because they were lost.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they apparently had never been to their own children's school before, and it fucking showed. And I go there, and I park, and I try to go to one door. Fucking door's locked. They're trying to make everybody go in one door.
Yep.
So I do, and I walk, and it's in a cafeteria that's in the far end of the school. So you have to walk the whole fucking length of the thing. And I get in the cafeteria, I come around the corner, there's
the Beast,
there's Lulu, there's Chi-Chi. I sit with them. A few minutes later,
the Beast's
mom stumbles in. And by stumbles in, I mean she's fucking wheezing.
Ooh.
Now, she's 70-some, I think, but she's got 6 cardiac stents, still smokes.
Wow, they're really propping that heart up, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. So she's I'm not kidding you. She's like, that was a long walk. And I'm like, that was the length of a football field. What the fuck? She's like, well, I'm old.
Yeah, not long for this world.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking for the Juice, and I kind of see her. And then
the Beast
is like, oh, she's over here. Come see her. I'm like, no, I can see just fine. I don't need to go over there.
Right.
And I stay seated. And
the Beast
goes to say hello to her to let her know, we're here. Here's where we're sitting. Look for us in the far corner. Because we had to be on the opposite end of the fucking room for some reason. And as
the Beast
comes back, she's walking up the bleachers. These are fold-out bleachers, not like fixed metal or wood. She gets to the third step, she clips a toe, she goes down hard, and I'm just like trying to fucking hide my laughter. And then she looks up, she's like, oh my God, I just fell. I'm like, oh, thank Christ. She's in a good mood today.
Right. She's not getting up swearing and, yeah.
She would have been mad at me for laughing if it was a bad day.
Exactly.
Right? So everything seems to be going okay. And my parents show up. Now, my mom is 4'10", probably weighs 300 pounds. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
She's fucking pear-shaped, as I like to say.
A shape, yeah.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Unless it's her at my wedding, because Gravity said uncle, and she tipped.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And then, of course, if you remember, she went around telling people, oh, it's not a big deal. I don't want to make a big deal out of the fact that I fell down. Well, why the fuck are you telling everybody?
Yeah, she had to go around to every table and talk about it. Yeah.
Oh, did you know I just fell down? But I don't want to make a big deal out of it because I'm an attention whore.
God damn you!
And my mom is trying to walk up the fucking steps of the bleachers, and she's struggling mightily. You would have thought she just had her fucking knees attached a week ago, and she's learning to walk again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like half a minute on each step type struggling?
No, it's just like she's laboring to lift a leg because there's so much gelatinous fat in her ass cheeks and thighs. And my dad's like holding her hand and helping her. And of course, in a public place where she should be a little bit more self-aware of her attitude and what she said, she's like, just give me your hand. I can't get up. She's being such a robo bitch. And she stands there, and my dad is in the row in front of me. And he sits down. The beast is in the row behind me. We're kind of tiered, so we're not all side by side. And my mom goes, move. I'm like, excuse me? Move. Can you move? I'm like, no, I'm going to sit here. If you wanted to sit here, you should have got here before me. You're fine. Just park your ass right there. You're literally about to sit down.
You're still in a group.
I want to go up a level. Move. I said no. And then she looks at my dad, and my dad turns to me. He's like, can you just move and get out of her way? What's your problem? And I went, kiss all of my ass. I flipped him the double bird. I stood up. I backed down the bleachers, giving him the double bird. And I went and sat across the gym behind some Asian family.
This is all at a middle school concert recital. Nice.
Yeah, the first, parents and grandparents attend thing that she's ever had in middle school. And we're basically having a fucking family feud in the stands.
Daddy's flipping off the crowd.
And I sat there in my chair, and I kind of slumped with my arms folded, all pissed.
Sure.
And I'm stewing in it, and the beast comes over, and I'm just like waving her like, fucking go away.
Right.
I'm sitting here. And then as I'm sitting there still pissed and watching this chubby Asian girl play on her phone, then this little blonde girl that weighs as much as one of my legs walks up and goes, oh, are you the Juice's dad? I'm her friend so-and-so. She said to tell you to stay till the end. And then she just and walks away. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Did you think that like as soon as you were done playing, I was just going to leave you here? What the fuck? So they start playing the fucking music. It's not bad, but it's definitely not good. And I'm like, this is supposed to be a Christmas concert, and they start playing dreidel.
You sure it wasn't just a holiday concert then?
Maybe. But I just so weird that they played dreidel. And it sounds terrible when 6th and 7th graders are playing it on instruments that they've only had for a few months.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, every song was a train wreck, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And originally, the Juice was going to play a solo. And then she decided, no, that's too much work. I'm like, bullshit. You've got performance anxiety, you fucking liar. And she sits there in her chair when she's done. And then they say it's time for solos. And I shit you not, 35 fucking kids get up. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, goddamn. Really?
Yes. And each solo is a kid coming up and going, my name's so-and-so, I'm going to be playing this song. And the majority of them fucking suck because they only play like 4 measures of a song. And some of the kids are so embarrassed, they don't even say their name. They just walk up and breathe really awkwardly in the microphone and start playing badly. And then they walk away and they don't fucking say anything. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's autistic kids in the fucking orchestra too?
Yeah.
Take that girl's violin away and put her bitch ass in adapted floor hockey. God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
Did you never have your son play an instrument?
No, he actually wasn't that interested in it. Like, I thought he might, if he wanted to, but no, I didn't force it upon him.
So did he have to do choir instead?
No, he didn't even do choir. He just did like general
bitch.
music or whatever they offered. Yeah.
Well, they don't have that anymore at my kid's school. It's either choir or orchestra. And I'm like, be in choir. She's like, I don't want to sing in front of people. I'm like, here's what you do. You wait till everybody else is singing, and then you just really whisper sing it or lip sync the whole time, like Milli Vanilli.
That was my gambit all throughout middle school. I was in choir 6th through 8th grade. My grandma was so proud because she was a piano teacher, choir teacher. My grandpa was a band teacher, band director at a high school down in... So, I mean, they were everything music they celebrated.
Right.
And she was so happy to the point where they would come up and watch the concerts. They lived like 3.5 hours away in Wisconsin.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then she was so disappointed when I didn't carry on because beyond that, they actually expected you to know how to sing. And I was just like, nope. I can't carry a tune.
What's that movie series, Pitch Perfect?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
God, she would have just jizzed her granny panties if you would have gotten into, like, a cappella musical arrangement singing.
Oh, yeah. If I would have been in select choir or something like that in high school, Grandma would have just been crowing about that all the time.
Is that what they called it, select choir?
They did back in our high school, yeah.
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah, I don't know. Elite choir? Yeah.
Elite
whatever you
choir.
want to call it. But it was select choir is what they called it. But yeah, it's basically just an elitist term, right?
Okay. Of all the solos, like I said, some awkward kids just played. They didn't say shit. All of a sudden, some kid comes up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to play something I've never heard of. It was like some classical shit.
Okay.
And he was fucking good.
One hidden gem out of all of them?
Well, here's the problem. There's like pauses in between certain amounts of measures in the movements of this piece he was playing. So every time he got to like a pause, everybody would start clapping. And then he'd just keep playing over the clapping. We're like, oh shit, okay, sorry. And he'd just keep fucking playing. 5 fucking times this kid got interrupted by applause before he was finally done. And we're like, do we clap now?
Yeah.
There was silent.
Nobody wants to be that first one to clap.
And then he walks away and we're like, oh, good for you. And he's just so fucking weird. And I avoided my parents so much the next weekend after this. Like, my dad parked 2 spaces over than me, I found out when I got outside. He didn't even fucking talk to me.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But who's the dick here? You know, this turns almost into like a Reddit, am I the asshole? Because my mom... She doesn't say to me, hey, could you move so I can sit next to you? Could you stand up so I can come up a row and get past you? Because she obviously can't get her leg up over another riser row. She's too short and fat.
And she deals with the embarrassment by lashing out at you, right?
Pretty much.
Yep.
She goes into straight up cunt mode, and then my dad's got to fucking sit there and play along because she wears the pants in the relationship, the huge, fat, stretchy jean pants in the relationship.
Unfortunately, he's accepted that role a long time ago, right? So.
Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if his penis had gone back in his body and he's just got a mangina and 2 useless balls.
And your mom's overgrown clit now penetrates your dad.
Oh. That's the first time anybody's ever mentioned my mom's clit. I'm not even kidding. And now I'm just picturing this fucking baby carrot meat stick like a fucking potluck mini dog that you would see in barbecue sauce sticking out of these big fat pussy lips. But because I imagine she's got a catcher's mitt worth of pubic hair, it just looks like a pale fucking worm that's been dropped in a robin's nest.
I picture one of the Hangover movies, the mushroom on the ground.
Yeah, probably. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, I never need to picture that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I sat there, you know, I waited for the juice. She took forever to pack up her instrument. So I just stood by the office, and then Grandma's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, waiting to drive the kids home?
Right? Obligation?
It's a fucking Tuesday? It's my night? Jesus Christ. And then we went home, and I don't remember what we did afterwards. Probably watched TV or played the Nintendo Switch. But, yeah, I'm glad that was such a fucking disaster. Because I got to tell you, I've gone to my stepdaughter's similar one like a year before.
Okay, so you knew what you were in for.
It was much more adventurous at my stepdaughter's middle school. She's on the other side of town, so she goes to a different middle school. And they fucking played Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Oh, cool.
I was like shocked. The 7th and 8th graders fucking played that. I'm like, hey, it actually sounds like the song's supposed to sound. Good for this orchestra teacher guy.
Good for you. Good for you.
Well, to be honest with you, it was a really simplistic beat to that song, so probably pretty easy thing to play, but that is awesome.
Yeah. Whereas, you know...
Did it regularly go well with Christmas, or was it not a holiday concert?
No, it was a holiday concert. They did the same thing. But only like 3 kids played a solo.
That's tolerable.
Yeah. Not 35 fucking kids. That looks like a lunch line.
Did they get extra credit for it?
I don't know, but the lack of enthusiasm on their faces, I bet you there were people more excited standing outside the goddamn gas showers at Auschwitz. Well, suffering's going to end now soon.
And the pain.
Yeah, and then the Juice's teacher is this mousy little lady with a very quiet voice. So when we went to open house, she's like, I'm Miss So-and-so, the orchestra teacher. I'll be instructing your students this year. I wanted to be like, are you okay? Like, did you recently suffer a stroke? I can barely fucking hear you. How are you going to get 6th graders in check?
How does she ever get their attention when they're playing their instruments in class?
I don't know. She turns a certain angle and catches the light from the ceiling off her giant forehead, blinding them in the process. So they're like, ah! Okay, yeah. And then she taps on the music holder stand thingy, and then they play crappy songs.
To be honest with you, though, I wasn't in band class, but I do kind of picture band as being one of those classes where you're not going to have a lot of kids that want to fuck around or screw off or get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Well, normally, because back when we were in school, you had to choose to be in the band. They didn't call it orchestra. And more importantly, we weren't forced. Like, these kids are forced. Pick a choice. It's like, you know, a real
Limited
Sophie's
options.
choice.
Yeah.
Choir or orchestra. Ugh. And now in 2 years, when her sister's at that same school, she's like, I want to be in orchestra. I think I want to play the cello. I'm like, fuck you, no. I'm not lugging that shit around, and neither are you going to be able to. Fucking cello. It's taller than you are.
Okay, so now a little bit of history. So back when we were in school and would have gone to band, you had to buy all of your own instruments. And that was another reason why, like, not everybody was forced into it or didn't go with that option just because it was expensive. Does the school actually have instruments for the kids to use, or do they still have to buy them? Like, did you have to buy a violin?
For those of us that are on the verge of poverty, so they say, or available to receive assistance, I paid a $50 one-time fee to rent one that the district owns.
Okay.
But if she breaks it, I think I have to buy it.
Like, ridiculously expensive, like thousands of dollars for it.
I don't fucking know. It's not like a Stradivarius or anything, extravagant.
We're not even talking Stradivarius. I'm serious. Like, a trombone back when I was a kid was like $3,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, it's a metal hammered out thing, so maybe a violin would be cheaper, but probably not.
I don't know. I wanted to play drums, but too many people signed up ahead of me. They're like, oh, we don't need any more drummers. My mom's like, play saxophone. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to play drums. I want to fucking...
cool about the saxophone.
Why the fuck would I want to play the saxophone? Am I goddamn Lisa Simpson? Fuck off. What a difference of option there. The drums, fucking cool. The saxophone, no, I don't have any interest in having to learn all these various, I don't know what you call them. Not buttons, not keys, whatever they are.
I think there were keys. Yeah, they're keys on the...
Yeah, and then a reed and my spit and no thank you.
Oh, yeah. The little there's a little stopper at the bottom where you actually hold it open and it'll drain your spit out of it.
Oh, fucking gross.
Yeah, that my trombone had that at the end of the slide. I was like, what is this little thing? And like, oh yeah, that's to drain the spit out.
And it had been building up for a while.
Yeah, like after you've been practicing for a while and whatnot, yeah, you'd have to drain it every day.
Jesus Christ, I dodged a bullet by being in choir instead. Should have been singers, you fuckwits. Interact with the show on Twitter, @WhatDoWeCallIt. That is @WhatDoWeCallIt. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/WhatDoWeCallIt podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
This is Steiny.
And that's the end.